Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. If you've built any part of your job around a specific AI tool, you don't actually own that tool. You are renting it. And last Friday, for the first time ever, the U.S. government proved it can cancel the lease overnight. No warning, no transition, just gone. On June 9th, Anthropic released the most powerful AI it has ever put in the public hands. 3 days later, it was switched off, not by a hack, not by an outage, but by a direct order from Washington. And the real reason is more interesting and more useful to you than the scary headlines make it sound. Welcome back to the AI Guide. I'm David, and on this channel I take the biggest stories in AI and translate them into what they actually mean for your job, your money, and your future. If that's useful to you, do me a quick favor before we dig in. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with one person who's been quietly nervous about AI in their career. And if you want to support independent, no-hype AI coverage, my Patreon link is in the description. Okay, let's get into what actually happened. First, the quick version, because the timeline is the whole story. Anthropic had been building a tier of models it calls Mythos, so good at finding software vulnerabilities that the company never released it to the public at all. Instead, it went to roughly 150 vetted organizations through a program called Project Glasswing. Names like Google, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, even Samsung. The idea being that defenders could find and patch security holes before the attackers did. Then on June 9th came Fable 5, basically Mythos with a safety cage built around it. Same underlying brain, but wrapped in guardrails that quietly hand off anything dangerous, like serious hacking requests, to a weaker model. Anthropic called it the most capable thing it had ever made publicly available, and the early reviews backed that up. For about 3 days, it was the most exciting tool in tech, and then it was gone. Here's what we know, and here's where I'm going to be careful, because this is exactly the kind of story where the rumors are sprinting ahead of the facts. According to multiple reports, researchers at Amazon, one of Anthropic's biggest investors, found a way around some of Fable's safety guardrails. Amazon's CEO reportedly tried to call Anthropic first, couldn't reach them, and called the White House instead. And on Friday, June 12th at 5:21 p.m. Eastern, the Commerce Department sent Anthropic's CEO a letter, an export control directive ordering the company to cut off Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for every foreign national on Earth, including Anthropic's own non-citizen employees. The letter gave no specific explanation. And by the way, in this global world we're in, every big company like Anthropic has employees working around the world. But here's the catch. Anthropic can't check your nationality in real time. So to comply, it did the only thing it could. By midnight, it shut both models off for everyone, everywhere. Now here's the part the fear-bait headlines skip. And it's the part that actually matters. When outside experts looked at what triggered this, the story got less dramatic. Anthropic asked a respected security researcher named Katie Mousouris to review the so-called jailbreak. Her conclusion? It basically came down to telling the model, fix this code. Ask Fable to go hunt for vulnerabilities, and it refused. Ask it to fix the code in front of it, and it helpfully patched it. She argues that's not a security bypass at all. It's just what a useful coding assistant does. And you can't fix it without making the tool worse at defending you. The demonstration turned up a handful of minor, already known flaws. Then the cavalry showed up. An open letter, organized by former Facebook security chief Alex Stamos, started with 76 of the biggest names in cybersecurity and has since climbed past 100. Their argument is simple and it's hard to dismiss. The exact same AI that finds a security hole is the one that patches it. Pull the best defensive tool offline and you don't stop the attackers. You just disarm the defenders. And they pointed out the same trick works on other public models, like OpenAI's GPT 5.5 that nobody shut down. There's also a political backdrop you have to know in this case because it complicates the tidy safety emergency framing. Back in March, the Defense Department had already labeled Anthropic a supply chain risk, and the administration reportedly tried to delay Fable's launch in the first place. So some people read this less as a sudden safety crisis and more as an old fight finally boiling over. And the China angle, which you may have seen reported as fact, is still just a suspicion that a partner with possible ties to China accessed the more powerful model. Anthropic flatly disputes it and calls the whole thing a misunderstanding. I'm flagging it as unconfirmed because that's what it honestly is right now. So let's come back to where we started. The lease on your tools getting canceled overnight. Because whatever the real trigger turns out to be, the precedent is the actual story. This is the first time the U.S. government has ever used export controls on an AI model itself, not the chips behind it. And it just proved in public that a tool millions of people were starting to build into their daily work can be switched off by government order in hours with no notice. And if you use AI for your job, that's not abstract. That's a continuity risk. So here's what I'd actually do about it. If you were leaning on Fable 5, move your work to the rest of the Claude lineup for now. Opus 4.8 and the others are still fully online and were never affected. Keep a backup from a different company ready to go, something like GPT 5.5, so you're never single-sourced on one provider, which is excellent planning. Don't make any move you can't reverse. A contract, a launch, a workflow that assumes Fable comes back on a fixed date. Anthropic now says it's confident the models return within days, and prediction markets lean that way too, but likely is not guaranteed. And the bigger lesson, the one that outlasts this specific story, don't let any single AI tool become a single point of failure in how you work. Build so you can swap tools without your whole week falling apart. This won't be the last time AI capability and government authority collide like this. And you can count on that because there's a legitimate public debate going on right now about proper regulatory management of frontier AI model release. That's a debate that's nowhere near settled. So this is just the first real time that AI capability and government authority have collided. And the rules are being written in real time right now while we watch. I read every comment, so I want your honest answer to one specific question. If the AI tool you depend on most got switched off tomorrow morning, how long could you keep working before it actually started to hurt? A day? An hour? Tell me below. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, please support us on Patreon. Your monthly small dollar contribution of $5, $2, or even $1 really helps the channel grow, and I really would appreciate it. Thanks so much. See you next time. Take care.